Well, hello and a very happy Sunday afternoon. Here we are on the 9th of February. My goodness, where's this year going already? And it's live on the Andrew Eborn Show. And what a week we've had. And I can tell you we're going to have an even more spectacular week coming up. We're relaunching the Muckrakers with Andrew Eborn, now on even more platforms than Paddington. It's going to be on the Pulse today, tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And we're going to be doing something special on America. We're going to be looking at Elon Musk and the Doge and the whole upset that's being caused about US aid. Quite appropriate, really. We'll be going live to the Super Bowl. Massive adverts in the Super Bowl for the Muckrakers with Andrew Eborn. You can check that out as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. We've got a real joy to have a community growing all of the time. So if you haven't joined yet, now's the time. Please click that button. We've got lots of great interviews, lots of great guests coming up. As I say, the usual thing. So Elon Musk, his father Errol, is on the show all of the time and dealing with your questions. If you've got questions you would like put to Elon, if you'd like put to Errol, do let me know. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, do that. And also you can follow me at Andrew Eborn, at Octopus TV on more platforms than Paddington. And as you say, we've also got exciting stuff. So on this week with the brilliant James Whale, did his show on Friday again, together with Ash. That was great fun. It was so good. We had the joy of working with good old James Whale for a number of years, actually, but also did the Christmas show with him, and it was wonderful to see him back. And the love, I know we never normally say this, it's always so self-deprecating and putting through those nasty calls and so on and so forth, but the love that was shown was absolutely superb. But do let me know where you are this wonderful Sunday afternoon. That's one of the joys of these live sessions, is finding out about the audience around the world, the issues that really matter to you, so we can shape the programming in the weeks and months to come. As I say, continue to be on more platforms than Paddington. Last week we were on the Times Radio doing the usual morning spot, and it was lovely to have so many of you on that as well. Reluctant Gamer, yo! Nice to see you, Reluctant Gamer. Yes, the issue is you. You're quite right. What's the solution, Reluctant Gamer? And what reluctant games do you play? It's so good. Joking. Oh, there you go. I knew you were joking. I could take it, though. That's good. I'll tell you what, we're living in a world at the moment where so few people are allowed to tell jokes. And I think you're right. We need that sense of humour back again. Everybody gets so offended. We're so quick to take offence. And I think it's all right. We've got to rib each other. The whole idea about humour. And I do lots of comedy shows. I used to be the chair of the Montreux Comedy Festival. And we used to have lots of international comedians from around the world. And humour is the same wherever you are. You're right. I am right. It's my job to be right, Reluctant Gamer. And it looks good. You've got to laugh. If you can't laugh, you'll be crying. And we live in a world where there's so much to cry about at the moment. People can't take a joke. It's so sad that you have to explain that it's a joke. Where is that beautiful place you're talking from? Well, I'm talking. Hello, nice to see you, Henrietta Kotze. I hope I pronounced that right. This is my back garden. It looks good, the back garden, doesn't it? It's actually Regent's Park, right here in the centre of London, which is just right next door to where I am at the moment. And every morning we walk around, have a little chance to chat to the audience, see what they're up to. If you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe, because you've got lots of great interviews. We've had Charles Spencer on talking about his brilliant books, The White Ship, and so on and so forth. London is a cool place. It is a cool place. Whereabouts are you, Reluctant Gamer? Tell us where you are. In London, I always say it's the best city in the world, not least because we have the most diverse audience and people here. But every colour, every creed. Boris Johnson always used to say, in Newcastle. I used to love Newcastle, and I'll tell you why. Is Clute still up there? There was Clute in Durham. And I think they used to have, was it the Royal Princess or something in Newcastle? And I used to go to Durham University. So I love the North East. I used to perform up there. Funny, on Cape Town, South Africa. Oh, wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what, Elon Musk who is Elon's father, is on the Andrew Eborn show all of the time. So we always talk about Cape Town, South Africa, and a beautiful place. I was down there in Monkey Valley, and what I loved about Monkey Valley, glorious place. I was down there giving a lecture, giving a talk, and it's wonderful. So Errol Musk, who's the father of Elon Musk, you might have heard of him. He's on the Andrew Eborn show all of the time. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. Because it'd be lovely to get so many of you on board. And what I love about these opportunities, it's a chance to connect directly. So in addition to all of the traditional media that I do on a regular basis, just thank you. Reluctant Gamer has just subscribed. You see some great content there. The great thing is it's everybody's favourite four-letter word. It's free. You can subscribe. You can become a member as that better. There we go. Sorry. Well done. It's just as well you're Gamer. Can't hear. Is that better? Can you hear me now? There we go. It's muted. Well done. But whatever happened there, this is the people. They don't want talk about censorship. It's the last thing you want. You work on that sort of premise. So the interesting thing I was just saying is that tomorrow, yay, thank you. It's like a double act today, Reluctant Gamer. I love that. The interesting thing is that, here we are, you can hear the sound, the super sound of the park. It looks good, doesn't it? The interesting thing is that tomorrow we're going to be doing, as I say, looking at the whole US situation. We've got Elon's dad on the show. So Elon Musk, the world's richest man, but also the most powerful. And he's a brilliant character. And every day we unpack all of the stories that we hear or see about Elon in the press. And the reality is there's a lot of it's not true. So getting to the actual people and talking to them about what might happen makes a huge difference. And let me know if there are particular people you would like on the show. We've had everybody from the rich and famous, major artists are coming on as well. As I say, we have everyone from Christa Berg talking about his album and his extraordinary life that we had. The story behind Lady in Red, you'll see all of that. So well done. Reluctant Gamer has subscribed. Do encourage everybody else to subscribe. You can also, if you're on Twitter, you can follow me at Andrew Eborn, at Octopus TV. And what we're going to be doing over the next few days, so we've got this wonderful community of more and more people looking at this space, talking about issues that really matter to you. And there are particular guests that you'd like on the show. There are particular topics you'd like to discuss. Do let me know, because that's the key, is getting more and more people involved and having a look at the way you might want to do it. Newcastle is wonderful. Down there in Cape Town is wonderful. This is some of the wildlife we have here, which is fantastic. The grey heron and the Egyptian goose, the moorhen. Well, I love the toad. There you go. Fantastic. The smooth toad. All buffered up accordingly. But this is one of the glorious places. Early in the morning, we can come out to Regent's Park and see some of the most wonderful sights. You get a common community. I'm sure this is true where you are. And we get people who walk their dogs, particular times of the day. You're always going to see the same people. And it's working fairly interestingly on that sort of basis. But what we've got coming up this week, I had the joy of working with James Well, who's a legendary broadcaster. And well, I was invited to be on his show. I can tell you exclusive news that I'll be on that on a regular basis again, working with James and the fantastic people at Talk TV. I'll be doing that. And also working with the brilliant Kevin O'Sullivan. And he was the TV critic for ages. And thousands of people tune in for what just happened. And you can see little excerpts of that as well on the usual sort of television channels. And it's great fun working with Kev. And what I love, it's the proper studio stuff as well. So in addition to all the more toned down performances, we also have some real studio stuff as well. And I've also been booked to go down to Cannes, where every time, in fact a couple of times each year, I'm hosting all the different festivals in Cannes. So at the beginning of March, if you're down in Cannes, if you happen to be passing, do come and say hello. I will be presenting there for lots of the major Japanese companies at the big property fair. And then later on at the TV festival, I will be working where for several years I have been presenting the Drama Awards. And the Drama Awards are great on that sort of basis, where again you have people from around the world come along. So it is really like a big family. So let me know if you've done that. Thank you for all the people who've subscribed. It's a joy to have all your comments and things like that. Do let me know if you haven't subscribed yet. You can do that. It's everybody's favourite four-letter. It's free. Click that subscribe button now, and I'll keep you informed of what's going on in the world. I'll also keep you informed of great developments happening in the next week or so. And as I say, we've got some really interesting guests coming up on the show. We've got some great competitions. But most important of all, we're unpacking stuff which a lot of people are not talking about in the mainstream media. I do work in the mainstream media as well. We work on the BBC, on the Times Radio and various other things. But there are a lot of issues when you've got a normal show where you just get a guest on for a few minutes and you don't have a chance to unpack all of those great questions. I was watching a brilliant couple of series with Steve Coogan about Brian and Margaret, which is all about Brian Walden and Margaret Thatcher, and the interview, virtually the relationship that they had, and how he as a journalist, there's sometimes a bit of a conflict between having a great relationship and asking the difficult questions, and also just being a friend. Because you're right, we always have to hold people's feet to the fire. And that's interesting, because what I like about the longer form interviews is not just about sound bites and the clever ways that politicians and others can avoid questions by questioning the question, or talking about something else and saying, oh, well, forget about that, that was the past, let's look at the future. What I love about it is looking in a positive way about how you can get to the truth. And I always say, and I say to every broadcaster, and some broadcasters, they want a slightly different picture, but I've always said, I'm not going to sell out. My views are my views. My job, if you like, is to just question everything. My only mistress is the truth. And as a result of that, I'm not playing one side or the other. I don't come from any political party persuasion. I think that the joy of the audience, people always underestimate just how brilliant